Welcome to Fearless with Jason Whitlock. I'm Jason Whitlock, your host. It is Friday. We got a little slight double dip. We're going to start with Warren Sapp and talk some NFL football, maybe even a little NBA basketball with Warren Sapp, the QB killer. Big trade in the NBA with Dame Lillard. Warren Sapp's a huge sports fan. Dame Lillard was supposed to go to Miami. I want to know what Warren Sapp thinks about that. I want to know what he thinks about Taylor Swift and Travis Kelce. And then I want to know, should the Broncos, do they got to fire somebody in there after giving 70 points? Nobody to talk better with about the Broncos' defensive collapse than Warren Sapp and a bunch of NFL stuff. But before I get to Warren Sapp, I want to take care of one of our great sponsors who I'm very, very pleased with. CB Distillery offers a full range of carefully formulated CBD and other plant-based solutions packed with whole-body healing plant compounds and vital nutrients, 100% clean ingredients, no artificial colors, flavors, or preservatives, recommended by Dr. Kevin Frey, the Mayo Clinic-trained internist and preventative health specialist. If you're frustrated with a health concern that's not getting better, try CBD from the source I trust the most, cbdistillery.com. Need better sleep? 90% of customers report better sleep with CBD. Could you use more calm? 81% say CBD helps with stress and anxiety, suffering with pain after exercise, like me. 80% of people report less pain after physical activity, enjoy better focus and concentration. Visit cbdistillery.com and enter my promo code FEARLESS for your discount. No prescription required. That's cbdistillery.com. My promo code FEARLESS for 20% off. That's cbdistillery.com. Use my promo code. And the reason I say I'm very pleased is because I got my first report back from my sister-in-law. She's had trouble sleeping. She called and gave me the report, sleeping much better with their products. I sent some to my mom. My mom had been on the road. She called me this morning because her package was there when she got home. She's all excited because she's heard from her daughter-in-law how well it helped her sleep. My mom's looking forward to taking it tonight. I've already used the stuff to help ease my pain in my joints. This is great. I can recommend it. My family can recommend it. cbdistillery.com, my promo code FEARLESS. All right, without further ado, let's play the Warren Sapp Open. All right, it's time for the QB Killer, the most exciting and provocative man talking football today. Warren Sapp, great energy, great fun. Always look forward to talking to Warren on Thursdays. Warren, I got softballs for you today because
I looked at the lineup. I looked out. I said, oh my goodness, we're going to have some fun.
Yeah, I got Colin Kaepernick has written a letter trying to get back on a slave plantation. I guess
he must be listening to the show because I said it was through his agent, so I guess he's going to pin it himself this time. But didn't he send it through J. Cole?
That's who he leaked it to the media through J. Cole, the rapper.
Okay.
So I think he wrote the letter, or his woman wrote the letter, whoever, his PR people, whoever wrote the letter, it's his name on it. He's begging the Jets for a job. He's been out of the league for 7 years. The last, he skipped a tryout in 2019 and went to some high school and put on a Kunta Kinte shirt.
Stop.
What does Colin Kaepernick really want to do?
Did he really put the shirt on?
Yeah, he came out to the little workout and it said Kunta Kinte across his front.
And that was what, 2019?
Yeah.
We 3 years removed from COVID, wearing masks, and he wasn't playing. And then you go 1 year back behind that, and he put a Toby shirt on. I'm not going to say the other. I'm going to go that way. I'm going to go with Toby. How about that? I'm in America. I'm going to go with Toby because that's what they would call him, correct? On the plantation, they would call him Toby, right?
Yeah.
I'm just making sure we know what we're talking about. Toby in 2019, we got to go back 3 more years to a 2016 season, and I don't think that one was pretty either, was it? I know you got the numbers. Come on, baby. Now his hair is lovely. Now, you gotta love his hair. It's a 50-year-old. You gotta love his hair.
Do you think Colin Kaepernick really wants to play football?
I don't know what Colin does, but I know that the people that make the decisions about football don't want Colin involved in it. So I'm wondering, what is this about for you, young man? I mean, you made a decision. You got the settlement. Now go on. There's no way you sue your boss and get back and get a job again. That just doesn't happen. I don't know what world you living in, and this one right here, the red, white, and blue. Nah, not in the NFL. Not for long if you with that BS. And they get to decide what the BS is. I've always said if your talent and the mess you bring, when it meet, you're gone. Trust me, I kicked up a lot of dust in Tampa, but my talent kept me in a real good position. And, I mean, what they were doing was not bad. I mean, come on. They were standing up for brothers that was being shot in the streets. We talking about 3 a day, unarmed. That's crazy.
Warren, don't trigger me. Don't trigger.
No, I'm not triggering you. I'm talking about what his
Those
cause
aren't factual.
was.
That's not factual. I know,
Right.
but that's not factual.
Okay.
They wasn't killing 3 a day unarmed. That's more white guys get killed by the police than black guys.
They started, really? They don't even police their neighborhood. How they shoot them?
That's factual, Warren. It's just factual.
They just started keeping this. They just started keeping
Washington Post has been tracking it. The FBI
That's what I'm saying. They just started
it.
in the last 10 years.
It don't go no
deeper than my Hall of Fame. It don't go no deeper than my Hall of Fame. We talking about 2012. They started that. That's what I got.
FBI has been keeping those. People haven't been paying attention.
Stop that. Let's
Don't
not go down the rabbit hole.
Sidetracking the whole deal.
Let's not go down the rabbit hole.
You took me down the rabbit hole.
No, I didn't. I had to put some dirt on it and keep stepping because don't go there. We'll have another conversation when we get off this. I like this. We'll have another conversation. You ain't going nowhere, neither am I. Let's stay on sports. Softball. Let's do softballs. We'll do rabbit holes one-on-one. No problem.
All right. So are we done with Kaepernick? Are we done kicking up dust on Kaepernick?
I'm done with Kaepernick. You keep bringing this up until Colin.
Well, he wrote the letter.
Stop. I got that, but the letter doesn't tell you what's gonna happen. The letter is just a polite request. And normally I know NFL teams, they're looking for people in the Jets to bring in on Tuesday to work out in the quarterback position. They're just not available.
I'm going to make an analogy to what Kaepernick's doing. I made a mistake with a young woman years ago where I basically kneeled for the national anthem. I hit on her cousin and she couldn't move past it. And I wrote letters like Kaepernick's writing, trying to get back in. and them letters don't go well, man. Them letters don't go well.
No, never.
There's some mistakes you can't recover from. And that's what
you got to learn.
If I wanted to sit down
and I learned with you today. Don't do the rabbit hole. Let's just put some dirt on it and keep going. I got you. But that's the most powerful thing in the world.
If you're watching this.
Hey, you were dealing with the most powerful thing on God's green earth. It will make us do a lot of crazy things. So Cap's dealing with the National Football League. It's plain and simple. They bring a lot of people in on Tuesday. If you're not getting invited on Tuesday around the league, then you are not considered an asset to the National Football League or any football team. So let it go. It's only 32 of them. Let it go. Please let it go.
Cap, if you're listening, I know how you feel. I've been there. I've made those unrecoverable mistakes and tried to cover it up with letters and begging and all that. Doesn't work. Doesn't work.
Cap,
so anyway, let me move.
Cap, I just stomped through the world. You know what? I apologize on the back end, but I'm not putting it in reverse, buddy. I'm going forward.
Let me move on to the Denver Broncos giving up 70 points Does someone have to get fired when you give up 70 points?
I think someone has to leave their check at the office is more the thing that we used to talk about in Tampa. You know, do you feel good picking up your check this week? Randy Gregory, do you feel good, young man, with that pass? I don't even think I can call that pass rushing. You guys see, I stopped myself. I mean, you watch the man. I invite anybody out there in the world that, listening to us, go over to Mark Slorette, at Mark Slorette on Instagram. And he did a little in-depth. And when you have an offensive lineman critiquing the defensive lineman, it's nasty. I mean, I went at Tyree Wilson over in Oakland because, oh my goodness, that boy there was disrespectful to the game, what he was doing. And, people sometimes think I judge on one play. I played 3 in a row, Whitlock. First, second, and third down. This young man did not do a fast twitch, nothing on either one of these plays in the National Football League. And it's a privilege.
Who are you talking about?
Tyree Wilson. The end.
Who's he play for?
Oakland.
Oh, and you done jumped to Oakland. So we're done with Denver. Now you want to talk about Oakland?
Listen, no. I think this is a little calmer for your boy. What's that boy's name? Sean Payton. Didn't he say that our friend in New York who just lost his quarterback, Nathaniel Hackett, did one of the worst coaching jobs in the history of the league? Ain't that what he said?
That's what he said.
Where does this one rank? We ain't seen 70, and he called the dogs off. It was 8 minutes in the fourth. There's no way somebody didn't call down and say, Coach, let's break the record. It wasn't, come on. There's analytic babies all over the world. Somebody say, dog, we 3 points off the record in the National Football League. Let's do this, right? Whitlock, let's do this.
I don't see why they didn't.
It ain't like they had a shutout. It ain't like you talk about the shutout. So let's break the record on them. They came down to South Florida, and I say this all the time to people because I was very fortunate to go to University of Miami. Miami ain't for everybody. Where was security? Did Denver go out or something? I mean, good God Almighty, what? Were they in the G5, the office, KOD, something on South Beach?
Tootsie's. They're probably at Tootsie's.
What a beautiful place. Hey, man, when you talk about walking in a Costco's and it's an adult entertainment place, it's kind of beautiful. I mean, you can get lost in there. You could go in
I can't go down that rabbit hole. I can't go down that rabbit hole.
But I'm just going to tell you this. I don't go anymore either.
I don't need them flashbacks.
But you can go through this place and no one ever see you and leave. That's how beautiful it is. No one.
Stop it. This is a Christian show. Don't take me down there.
I know. All right. They had to be in there somewhere.
Don't take me.
But they sure were not on the field in Hard Rock Stadium. Oh, I call it Joe Robbie Steel because he put his own money up for that stadium. It's Joe Robbie to the day I die.
I don't know if I've ever told you this story.
I give Hard Rock love because I love their spas and they do a wonderful pedicure over there.
I don't know if this is a real life story from my early reporting days back when I was an idiot. This had to be in the 1990s. Me and my best friend Dennis, I was a sports writer in Kansas City. He was a television anchor. I can tell this story. Dennis is divorced. We go down to Miami to cover the Chiefs. The Chiefs are playing in a game, I think regular season, maybe playoff or whatever. We go to Fort Lauderdale, and I can't remember the name of the strip club or whatever we went to. And Dennis played college football. I played college football. So we went in there lying and saying that we played for the Kansas City Chiefs.
Nice.
And, we started telling everybody that. And so the next day, Miami beat the brakes off the Chiefs. And when me and Dennis went into the locker room, or I went into the Miami locker room interviewing people, the Miami players were shouting about Chiefs players came down here hanging out in strip clubs and thought they was going to beat us. Blah.
Strip clubs where you get the news now. That's the best barbershop news you can get, baby.
And so I'm like, we done fired up the Miami Dolphins and done cost the Chiefs a football game because they thought they were disrespected Because the Chiefs, anyway, that's me in my idiot days. I'm.
Oh, no, but you don't. All right, you and your teammates are laying in bed, and you know the Miami Dolphins go to this establishment too. Come on, where you think they got the news from? Come on, you laying in your bed. No. I'm letting you laying in your bed because 11 o'clock is curfew. So now it's 1:30. The phone go off. The phone lights up. You know we ain't sleep at 1:30. Come on, no, there's no way about it. I mean, come on. We finna ride the roller coaster tomorrow. We like a kid going to Disney World. We ready to go, baby. Ain't no way you sleeping. No one sleeps 5, 6 hours before. Maybe the quarterback. I don't know. I've never asked my quarterback how much he sleeps, but I know the D-line, though. And I know the monsters, though, so that go to the spot that we talk about. They ain't sleeping right now. They on the phone, they texting. They might have left the hotel and went up to another room. Trust me, that's what happens. But at 1:30, when they got this text message, and you and your boy, they're talking about, oh, we got some Chief players in the club right now. That's all they needed, dog. One text message to one of them dudes, and it spread like wildfire. Yes, Lord, you fired them up. Yeah, that's disrespectful. Yeah.
All right, let me move us back to football. There's this whole controversy about the Philadelphia Eagles and the tush push. Everybody's on different sides. Richard Sherman's arguing it's illegal or it should be illegal. How come the offensive players get to push someone, defensive players? That would be a foul. Chris Sims has said someone needs to take a quarterback and go headhunting on a quarterback to shut it down. What's your take on the tush push and their little short yardage push Jalen Hurts forward play?
You know what's funny about as I look at this picture of Chris Sims and Florio? I know Chris Sims know that Bill Belichick always told his defensive his linebackers whenever a quarterback did a quarterback sneak to hit him in the head. I know he knows this because his father, ran with Belichick back in the day. So I know he knows this. And as a quarterback, you know what? Come on, Chris, stop. You were silly in Tampa, running around, got your spleen broke open. So come on, relax with the tush push. I'm under the impression, Whitlock, if it's not on the goal line, I would rather you just get the first down and we line back up because then you might expose your quarterback to the QB killer. As far as the tush push, that's like the fun bunch, the bob and weave that the Rams did in celebrations. People didn't like that, Don't let them down there. That's my rule to any defense or any group of men that's playing on a Sunday afternoon. If you don't like what they're doing, don't let them in that position. Come on. It's going to be damn tough, but hey, that's your job. And they're good at it. I mean, Tom Brady did the quarterback sneak for 20 years in New England, was never stopped. I think there's some wild stat like that. So, hey, come on, man. Stop him. That's your job. Tush push, butt fumble, holer roller. We've had it all. That's why the NFL is as lovely as it is, and we've got more people viewing on YouTube than ever before. So that's the beauty of the game that we play. As a defense, you want to stop them, stop them. Don't let them down inside your goal line. Don't let them on the 1 yard line. Then they don't get the tush push. That's funny to me.
Now we can move to Oakland if you have anything you want to say.
Can all the little fellas shut up about what's going on in the trenches? Richard Sherman? What you got to do with the tush push? Come on. Call me when a defensive lineman, complains. Come on. We know what the rules are in there. It's a jailhouse. Let's go to work. Sometimes you get put on the yard and got to go to work. So there it is. You let them down now.
Like that, let me move you to the Raiders. And if you want to throw in comments about Tyree Wilson and how sloppy he played.
I already did. I know y'all flip it around for me. That's how you do it. It's all in the editing. Somebody back there know what to do with that.
All right. So the Las Vegas Raiders are having some other issues with Devontae Adams. He seems to be upset about the culture. Let's play the clip.
Uh-oh.
We're having a tough time consistently doing that right now. And I don't want to act like it's all crazy. It's week 3, but I don't got time to wait around, And it's not a personal thing. I mean, it is a personal thing, but it ain't just about me. But, I mean, it's not my mentality to sit here and try to take all season to figure it out. You use these early games like this to establish our identity, and we we're not doing things the right way to establish a winning culture early in the season. So we got to do something to turn that around.
Your thoughts about the Las Vegas Raiders and their culture?
Who's leading the culture? Can I ask a question before I, get too, philosophical or esoteric?
Josh McDaniels?
And that
Josh
culture,
McDaniels.
yeah. And that culture would be the guy that drafted Tim Tebow, right? Yeah. The culture in Raider land should be Raider Nation friendly. This ain't New England. It's very simple. You don't come into a place and get rid of your quarterback that this guy came to that team to play with. And then you get rid of the tight end who's 6 foot something, nice athlete, working with the homeless people down in the gutters of Vegas or whatever. You get rid of him too. You walked in the door. Abrams no longer could be a safety. I mean, come on. There's handwriting on the wall. I mean, what did he do in Denver that was so lovely that all of a sudden, or what does he do in these meetings that is so, mesmerizing because his record stinks as a head coach in the National Football League? So what culture is he talking about? That's like a coach saying all the time, do what we do, and you don't know what the hell that is, and you don't practice nothing to do what we do. I mean, like, what is that? Like, come on, man. Stop. Those are just words.
Davante Adams, you're saying, and I maybe have to agree with you. When you make the decision that he made to come play with Derek Carr and they run Derek Carr out of there, and then Darren Waller, they move on from him, and Davante's like, hey, what? The reasons I came here are gone, and Davante Adams wants to be gone, I'm sure.
Oh, I'm sure Josh wants him gone too. Yeah, come on, man. Let's not play with this. Come on, Josh wants his guys to do it his way, and these kids ain't doing that no more. They don't even do it in New England no more. Come on. That's good. That's dead. That's dead. You got to change. That's why Mike Krzyzewski and all them, Roy Williams and all them great coaches in, up and down college football said, college basketball said, I'm going home. It's a whole different ball game. Come on. It ain't what it used to be.
Don't stop there.
I'm saying,
this is why I call you the greatest guy talking football, because you done made some points here. You think even in New England you can't? The my way or the highway thing is out the window.
Dead as a doorknob. Dead as a doorknob. You can look at the tape, you can look at the penalties, but you ain't cutting them no more. You can't. You got to ride with it. This is what you pick. This is your crop. And it's a bunch of them in there that just do it their way. It's crazy. I watch it every day on film. I turn that tape on, I'm like, my God, is this practice mode? Is this really a New England team? Hey, man, I'm telling you, there's some crazy stuff going on, man. These young men, I won't do kids. I'm just 50. I'm not a grandfather yet. Then when I get a grandfather and, sit on grandpa's lap, then I'll say kids. But right now, these young men, they're playing a different game. Whitlock. You know this. They are. They're not even practicing.
I do.
They're not even practicing.
Let me ask you this.
Mm-hmm.
I asked Favre this yesterday, and I want to ask you because I think it's a topic that needs to be covered. And it's difficult for me to answer. I can speculate. You would know better. Can you pay football players too much money for them to have the kind of dog that you and your era had? Can they make too much money for a game that requires so much?
I think we're asking that question in college football with the NIL and the deals that the kids are getting. And I'm looking around the country and they're not even finishing their senior season. They're paying them to skip their senior season to be ready for college and come onto the campus early and different stuff that they're doing. I'm like, man, you don't even have to perform anymore? I thought that was the whole thing, that it was a prove-it league. We paid on potential, but if you didn't prove it, then it was, snatched in the contract. But right now, I mean, we're looking at $20 million deals, and I'm looking up the guy like, who is this? And he's got 20 sacks in his life. You're like, what? But it's the game we're in, and, there's got to be some adjustments, but not. What's the one thing we haven't heard in 20 years? Salary caps, right? Since we left the game. You ain't heard nothing about no salary cap. I mean, we talking about $100 million.
I never believed in the salary cap.
Oh, no, I didn't either.
I never believed in the salary cap.
It was just a front. It was just a word. But when you're making billions and billions of dollars, you no longer can say salary cap. You see what I'm saying? Luxury tax, all that junk in all of the league. Come on. Give me a break.
Salary cap to me was always the way to get around a salary cap was just how much money you would give a guy up front in signing bonus.
Yep.
And that was your way to get around.
And that's
so I always thought it was a myth.
Yeah.
I always thought it was a myth. But Sapp, you make a hell of a point in terms of there are high school kids skipping their senior year or even playing their senior year, but they've already got an NIL deal with some college team. So you got 16 and 17-year-olds already getting NIL deals and lots of money. Then they get to college and they make lots of money, relatively speaking.
Pampered too.
And then they get to the NFL and they sign contracts that are enormous that feel like monopoly money, particularly if you come from my background when I was 17, 18. That feels like monopoly money, endless. And I'm just like, can you really pay football players all of this money and expect them to perform 17 times a year in the regular season and the postseason? To me, it becomes more like boxing. Boxers now box the elite guys once or twice a year. They get paid a lot of money, but they only have to perform 2 or 3 times a year. It's not like the old days where they fought 6 times in a year or 5 times in a year. And I'm just 17 games, 3 or 4 postseason games. And that's when I look at. I felt like the Broncos and the Chicago Bears this past weekend. By the second quarter, they had just laid down. It's like, hey man, my check's coming anyway. This game's over.
Quit.
They just laid down.
Quit. Absolute quit. No doubt about it. But we've seen that before. We've seen NFL teams quit. But the thing that kind of bothers
in week 3?
When you're in a game where they're lighting you up and it's 35-0 at halftime, we've seen that before. We just haven't seen 35 more in the second half. That's the part that was missing. Normally you raise up and you're like, hey, man, we ain't going to let them go up and down the field like this. But that was not what was going on in Miami. So, and we've seen some real bad performances, but, we've seen some historically bad stuff going on in the last couple of years. And somebody got to put an end to this, man. Let's play this great game like we know and love.
Sapp, I want to lighten things up a little bit.
Let's do
not that we haven't already been light, but
and that's not easy for 2 big men to be light.
Yeah. Taylor Swift is dating Travis Kelce. Travis Kelce had a reputation for liking thick, Kayla Nicole. Now he's chosen stick, Taylor Swift. Thick versus stick. They got a running joke out here and down in the South. I think they say Taylor Swift's a KFC special. 2 skinny legs, 2 small breasts, and a left wing. Do you have a preference, thick or stick?
I heard one that was pretty good too. I'm gonna put this one on you.
Yeah.
Somebody say he went from pull up on me to hey there, pal. That's the one I heard. I saw a meme say Travis Kelce done went from pull up on me to hey there, pal. I said, oh my goodness. But if you're asking me which one of these 2 I'm picking, man, that caramel looking good, boy. Ooh.
He went for, I'm trying to think of.
She's single?
Yeah, you know what he did? Yeah, I think she is.
Right.
Here's, golly, Sapp, man, you take me to such a secular place and a place I'm trying to avoid, but you're bringing back memories. I think what we have here is Kayla. We got Kayla Nicole represents King of Diamonds, and Taylor Swift represents Spearmint Rhino in Las Vegas. So it's just, which one would you rather? You want to go to KOD or you want to go to Spearmint Rhino?
What? Like Lil Wayne say, live on Sunday, King of Diamond Monday. Are you kidding me? Gee. It's tough to act.
For this.
Both of us. But you can't put that caramel up there like that, boy, and ask me, well, come on, dog. Ooh, whoa. Jeez. Let me wipe my mouth.
And now I gotta. Have you seen
How about
video?
a jersey? How about a jersey sales went up 400%?
I know. Mike, did you see Micah Parsons' tweet where he said, "You got to pick the right woman. She can do X, Y, and Z for you." Micah Parsons looking for him a stick. It seems like.
Mind your business, brother. Or holler at the one he just left. That's all I can tell you, man. Because if he like it, you gotta love it. I mean, that's a rule in the locker room. Your old lady, your kids, and your money is something we do not discuss.
I want to play you this video. Shannon Sharp Club Shay Shay had Brittany Renner on his show, and I wanted your reaction.
That's a more good caramel right there.
I've had sex with 35 guys. Okay?
Whew. Oh, Lord.
Maybe tequila.
Impressive
Tequila.
isn't
Whew.
the word. So if I'm judged for
Anybody else need a shot of this?
if I'm judged for having great taste,
We are in the bar, so help yourself. We got this for the next hour.
You buying the 35?
Wait. What was her comment? Am I going to be wait, what was her comment again? Am I going to be
Play it again. Play the clip again.
Villa 5?
I've had sex with 35 guys. Okay?
Whew. Oh, Lord.
Impressive isn't
Whew.
the word. So if I'm judged for
Anybody else need a shot of this?
if I'm judged for having great taste,
We are in the bar, so help yourself. We got this for the next hour.
I'm not buying the 35.
If you got a Baskin Robbins, why ain't you serving all 31 flavors, Whitlock?
Explain that.
This is the owner of the Baskin Robbins. How can you what? How does that endear you to the next man you walk up on?
And
me and you as brothers wouldn't walk up, wouldn't say we've had 35. I mean, how old is she?
probably maybe 30. And
I was
I
about to
got to
say the
confess,
number.
and I've talked
I was
about.
about to say the number got to be older than she's age, and we didn't start at one.
Nah, I don't think
So
that.
this ain't even one a year.
I don't think that.
This ain't even one a year. I mean, when did she? That was my next question is, baby, when did you start? Give me an age.
She's 31.
She's 31. And she started at what? Let's say 17. That's when I was 17. So, I'm gonna lay mine on tape. I was 17. It was September the 11th. After I scored 2 touchdowns on September the 10th. I think I can say this out loud. D.D. Blue called me and said, "Mr. Touchdown Man, I had me 2 touchdowns tonight. You come by check me tomorrow at noon." So I was 17. So we're saying 17 to 31. That's 14 years. If it was 2 a year, Whitlock, that's 28. And I think most women that consider themselves, take home to mother material, at least will make you put in 90 days, same as cash in a relationship before, they get to that.
You would think.
No, you would think, right? I mean, I
Yep.
understand she gets a lot of offers. No doubt about it. I mean, but you are the proprietor of the Baskin Robbins there, young lady. You have to decide which scoop you serving. And if it's on a waffle cone, just a regular cone, or a soft serve cone,
I have to.
Are you kidding me?
I have to.
You just try to say she's clickbaiting, looking for news?
Well, I think you multiply it by 3.
No, go buy a pool.
That's always been my standard.
Listen, go buy a friend's pool and prance around naked and break the internet like that. Saying 35 in Club Shay Shay? I mean, she done drove my brother to drink right out the bottle. Good God Almighty. Just, oh man, ooh, whoa. That,
yeah,
I don't know.
It's a bad look for me too, because I've admitted publicly that, years ago I used to spend a lot of time on her Instagram page, and
you too.
She took all the shine off.
It was nice. It was nice. I'm telling you, the workout videos, the little blender in the morning with the little, the little refreshing drink. You know what I'm saying? That's some nice caramel to look at. But when you put 35 stamps on it, I mean, you got to hit my crew at some point. Come on, you got to hit close to home at some point. They say it's six degrees of separation in the world. But when you put sex in it, it goes down to 2. It goes down to 2. That fast. Yeah. Oh, it is gonna hit you home, and you're gonna be like, man, you slept with a 2.
Let me get out of this rabbit hole. Let me get to safe territory. Let me get to safe territory.
Stop dragging me into this with you, telling me about I was looking at on my Instagram in front of the world. Right?
Dame Lillard is not going to be playing in Miami. He's going to be playing in Milwaukee with Giannis Antetokounmpo. As a Florida person, maybe you're a Heat fan. You're disappointed. You got any thoughts on Dame Lillard headed to Milwaukee instead of Miami?
It's tough to come to Miami right now with Jimmy Buckets, or as Van Gundy likes to call him, Jimmy Free Throws. You know what I'm saying? To come down here and, launch the ball like Dame likes to do. Giannis Antetokounmpo gives him a big man inside and a lethal big man inside that likes to be in the post. You know what I'm saying? Most of these guys, like, your man up in Philly and, Abib likes to be out by the 3-point line. No, what are you doing, big man? You're supposed to create the 3-point shots for your shooter. And that's what Giannis would do for Dame Lillard. Dame Lillard never had that luxury of having a big man inside that he can dump that ball down to and then do the repost and get it back to him. Like, big man, I'm with you tonight. You know what I'm saying? I'm riding you tonight. That's a great luxury to have with a guy that can end the game from anywhere on the court. When that boy go to tapping that watch, he get that feeling. That's just one of those rare shooters that he shoot that ball from anywhere, and he's been doing it consistent for a while. And the boy from Oakland, so he's tough as nails. So that's just, more praise to him. Good decision by him. Great decision by him. I like the team. I like that. I like that big 2, and I'm sure they got some more pieces to put with him. They ain't got rid of all them guards up there in Milwaukee, have they?
No, they got Chris Middleton. They got Brook Lopez. They'll be in the championship hunt this coming year.
Absolutely.
After this year.
All day.
After this year, who knows? Sapp, great job as always.
Hey, man.
Thank you. I'm going to grab a life preserver and try to swim back to shore.
You got to check my Instagram about last night. You're going to love this.
About last night? What happened last night?
That's why I say you got to check the Instagram. You know what I'm saying? You got to push some people to your own thing. At Warren Sapp right there, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you.
At Warren Sapp on Instagram. Go now. Sapp, we'll see you next time. We'll see you next week. Thank you.
Be good, brother.
That's Warren Sapp. Awesome job. If you like this content, if you love this content, cbdistillery.com. Use my promo code. Support our sponsors. Hop in the comments. Tell me what you think. We'll see you next time.
We want freedom. I just want I wanna be, I just want, I wanna be, I just want, I wanna be, I just